An exciting weekend indeed as club football returns, but not without some of the issues that steamed up the week as Libya dominated the headlines, Tuchel's appointments tearing England apart, and Ghana's return inside. Our sleeves are rolled up, and we are so pumped for this moment. I've got Aditoro Daniel right here with me. Aditoro, good to have you on the show.
Very excited to be here.
And of course, I've got Olalekan Yusuf making a comeback from last week.
Absolutely, it's a huge pleasure. An absolutely amazing week in the world of football. So many controversies, and I can't wait to dig in.
All right, our first story. An official protest is to be submitted by Dimitri Pivol's manager against the scoring that saw his fighter narrowly beaten by Ozo Betebev on Saturday night. While one judge had a draw at 114-114, another gave Betebev a 115-113 win. There was outcry after Powell Kadil awarded Betebev a 116-112 victory. Betebev outdid Bivol via majority decision in Riyadh to become the first undisputed light heavyweight champion of the four-belt era. Now, Brave, after that fight, Twitter went agog. Everybody went AWOL about what really happened. We saw Bivol come out smoking. First 4 rounds, he showed Betebev he didn't come here to play. But at some point, he took his foot off the gas. We understand that. But there's a conversation now that is it the aggressor that should always be rewarded in boxing, or people should just really settle down and watch a fight and give who deserves the win.
Sometimes the aggressor looks like, on paper, looks like the more intentional person, the one who wants it the more. But looking at that bout, I couldn't watch the game. I couldn't watch the bout live, but I had to go watch again. But I must be very honest with you, Mark. It would be extremely difficult to actually call that bout. Like you said, first 4 rounds, Bivol went gun blazing, but he took a foot off the pedal from the 5th round. I mean, Betebev also showed that. I mean, 21 wins and without losses, without any loss up until that bout is no mean feat, while Bivol also had 23 wins without any loss in that game. I mean, in that particular fight. So it was always going to be a very, very beautiful encounter between both of them. If I would have ranked that game, if I would have rated that bout, I would have said it ended in a draw, because they went for it. They went for it, bout for bout, punch for punch, jab for jab. And I think I really look forward to a rematch, but we're hearing that IBF is saying that Betebev will have to fight the German fighter Effort. I do not look forward to that one. And I cannot imagine that we've not had this kind of excitement in the world of boxing in a long while. As a matter of fact, Bivol actually defeated the almighty Canelo Alvarez, to actually get to this point in his career. And it all makes the sport a lot more exciting. I can't recall the last time we had this kind of excitement, and I look forward to a very, very close shave battle. And it's looking like it's going to be a very, very feisty rivalry going forward.
Absolutely.
Between the both fighters.
Absolutely. Now, Aditoro Daniel, now you heard all what Olalekan did say. Now, from the look of things right now, is Bivol one of the most dangerous fighters people should now begin to look out for?
I think he is.
Okay.
I think he is.
Okay.
But the slight issue you might be having is the age factor. He's 39 now. He's going to be 14
That's
next.
Betebev.
Betebev, I beg your pardon.
Yeah.
He's 39 now. He's going to be 14 next.
Yeah.
You are a champion. To me, I think this is coming late.
Okay.
And him have to do such a remarkable feat at that age, in this time frame, to me, it's huge. Okay. But I had wished it was 26 when this happened. Because we're talking about a groundbreaking feat here.
Yeah, true.
Since 2002, there hasn't been an undisputed heavyweight champion, I mean lightweight champion in this category.
True.
I mean, this is absolutely remarkable.
Absolutely. All right, let's move on to our next story. Now, the Super Eagles, of course, the federal government of Nigeria has denied issuing an apology to the Libyan government over the Super Eagles detention fiasco. This was contained in a statement issued by the media aide to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Yusuf Maitama. The statement announced the publication of a reported apology by Libya observers stating it is a misinformation and misrepresentation of the phone correspondence between Nigeria's Minister of Foreign Affairs and the East-based government's foreign minister. The federal government remains unequivocal in expressing its displeasure and disappointment with how the Nigerian Football Federation officials and players were treated in Libya, and calls on the Confederation of African Football to urgently ensure its disciplinary board to investigate the matter and impose an appropriate sanction based on its statutes. Now, Aditoro Daniel, from the look of things, it appears that people really do not know the gravity of what transpired over the week. And the Super Eagles returning safely apparently doused everything down. But we were looking at an almost hostage situation here in Libya, knowing how, conflicted that area is. Now, how would you describe this whole fiasco?
I'd say it's more of a psychological or ideological situation than it is of a physical event.
Okay.
The northern part of Africa is synonymous with this. Okay. This is not the first time. I think we're having a conversation behind the scene before we came on set, and we emphasized on some Nigerian clubs being treated this way. Yimba experienced something similar. Rangers experienced something similar. For Rangers, the generator of the stadium was put off while they were having training, all because they don't want them to have a smooth sailing training in preparation for the event. It's saddening. And it's not like it's they are doing it because they are wicked. They just feel it's a tactic that they should do to distract their opponent in preparation for the game. But for us here, who are in Sena climbs, we see it and we're like,
what's going on?
This is wickedness.
Exactly.
But they don't see it like that. So that's why I said it's more of a psychological, an ideological situation for them.
How do you
so
switch off the generator?
If we're going to deal with this, we have to go back to the status quo. There has to be a call from CAF. There has to be a roundtable sit down with the officials, especially the president of the Libyan Federation. Because with this disposition, it doesn't look like there is any form of remorsefulness from them. And to me, that is a pointer to a fundamental issue that needs to be solved. Because if it continues this way, it's not, we are seeing Libya today. The next one might be worse. But what they don't know is, when you're dealing with other African nations, you can get away with it. But Nigeria, we might be having economical issues. But we are still as proud and as giant as we are. And that, see, this is a clear reflection. Boniface can tell you a lot more.
Olalekan, now, I keep asking, why do we get to the point of wanting to frustrate your opponent before a game? Why is this becoming a tradition? I mean, if we say football is fair play, why should this even come into play? And why hasn't this been nipped in the bud from the very beginning? Because apparently, actions has not been taken in the past. And that's why this thing keeps on going on.
No, I think all the blame has to go to the Confederation of African Football. I mean, I cannot imagine how docile you have been, how laid back you have been with issues like this. I mean, this is not the first time in Libya. 2022, it happened with the Rivers United team. It happened to Eyimba about 24 hours they were left unattended to. That is absolutely preposterous. And you also look at the fact that if a decision had been made in time past, this would have been a thing of history. But these North African nations already believe that, I mean, CAF has a history of not doing anything major about it. We can as well make these guys unsettled.
But they also made a claim that the Super Eagles also didn't treat them right when they also came to Nigeria. And that was
I mean, like William Trist-Ekong said, it was a miscommunication, and the Nigerian FA eventually rectified it. I mean, you were supposed to, most teams that come here, the Benin Republic, the South Africans,
give an ahead notice.
They give a head notice. They know that, okay, you're supposed to land in Uyo, and then you went all the way to Port Harcourt. That is self-sabotage. I mean, it means that you already had, it was pre-planned by the Libyan national side. So, and also a testament to what is going on is the fact that the FA chairman in Libya resigned in the course of the week. That is to tell you that someone amongst them is saying it knows that something is absolutely wrong. And I feel that the Confederation of African Football needs to take a stern decision in this regard, because this must not continue.
I'm so glad that our Super Eagles came back in one piece.
I must say, to be honest, kudos to William Trist-Ekong, the captain true and true. And I must say kudos to the players. I mean, you could still make it
light work. They were playing.
That doesn't give a perfect picture of what they actually went through. And I must say kudos to William Trist-Ekong.
Professionals indeed. Absolutely. We thank God for everything. Now, CAF has announced the top 3 finalists for the 2024 CAF Player of the Year award, recognizing their impressive performances during the 2023-24 season. 2 Nigerian stars, Ademola Lookman and Victor Boniface, made the shortlist, joined by Moroccan player Diaz. Of course, Lookman's outstanding season helping Atalanta win the UEFA Europa League and earning the title of the Atlanta's Player of the Year. Victor Boniface was also instrumental in securing multiple titles for his team, including the Bundesliga German Cup, and of course, Diaz of Real Madrid completes the shortlist, the playmakers' impact, and his team's success helping them win La Liga, the UEFA Champions League, and the Spanish Super Cup. Now, guys, it appears this particular edition of the CAF Player of the Year happens to be one of the fastest and the most predictable outright winner that we might be looking at in the course of time. Absolutely, and I must note that, are we sure the Confederation of African Football has actually come out with an official list? Because usually we're used to CAF coming out with like a top 10, like a top 20 list before it is now pruned down. Now, if we are going by this, I mean, it is a no-brainer that it is between two Nigerians, and we know that Ademola Lookman is the all-time overall favorite for this one. You know, a Cup of Nations finalist, scoring a hat-trick in the final of the Europa League. And I'm also saying that Victor Boniface, absolutely brilliant player, 21 goals and 9 assists in a season for Bayer Leverkusen, winning the German Cup and the German Bundesliga double. Even though Xabi Alonso is also telling him he can do more. Absolutely, you know, that is to tell you that is to tell you the potential and the talent that he possesses. Absolutely. Honestly, to be honest, with all due respect to Brahim Diaz, I don't know why he is on this list. I don't know why Brahim Diaz is on this list. I'll be honest with you, and I'll quickly run through it. Now, Brahim Diaz, yes, you won the League and Champions League double with Real Madrid. How much of impact did you have in that team? Now you look at Victor Boniface and Ademola Lookman's impact in their team. You cannot take away Ademola Lookman from that Atalanta team. You will know they will suffer. You take away the goals by Victor Boniface from the Bayer Leverkusen team, they will definitely suffer. There is Serhou Guirassy, second highest goal scorer in the German Bundesliga last season. You talk about a certain William Troost-Ekong, first defender in a while since 2002, Rigobert Song, to win the best player at the Africa Cup of Nations, the highest scoring defender in the Africa Cup of Nations. We're talking about Mohamed Salah, who had a decent season with Liverpool as well. And the names were not there. The names were not there. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang was absolutely imperious for Marseille in the French league. But I must say, kudos to Real Madrid for that Brahim Diaz PR. They have been very, very intentional. They're all up in our face. You go to Twitter, you go to X, you see that there are different statistics about Brahim Diaz. You know that they're working overtime to sell these guys. Now, Adetoro, now from the look of things, it appears Nigeria is flying high now. Now, moving forward, after Ademola Lookman seems to like he's not ready to stop anytime. Now, are we looking at further, intentions with our players still being on the map with regards to having to, shine in the continent? Because we're always having this worry. Now, after this window, we hope it continues and we continue to rack up the awards. But from the look of things, do you see promise moving ahead? I see promise. And I must say this. I think the Nigerian team is underrated. I think we've got arguably the most expensive team in Africa right now is the Nigerian team. Arguably one of the most youngest. So these are bronze. Well, Morocco is, I think the Moroccan side is actually younger. Younger. But in terms of talent and quality, I think you give it to us. And I must say this. These are a crop of young, vibrant players who have a promising future. But having said that, this team is a golden team. If we're going to win anything, this is a team that can win it for us. And this is the time. This is the time. It's a combination of own talents who are doing very well. Victor Osimhen, Ademola Lookman, foreign-based players, let's be honest, who decide to pledge allegiance to the national team. So we have the combination of everything required in modern-day football to win a major trophy. To do the job. Don't let's be like Belgium. Ooh, overhyped. And at the end of the day, this season will just die. I know you were going there, brother. Or the Ivorian golden era. But now, to add to his points, I believe that it's a beautiful time. We've not had it this good. I can't recall the last time, between 1995 and 2000. I mean, we had Nigerian players who were constantly in the conversation for the African Footballer of the Year. But now you look at Victor Boniface. I mean, you just have to give it to him. If he listens to Xabi Alonso, he'll be off the most and I stand to be corrected. In Africa today, the most technically gifted player. It's unfortunate that in the Super Eagles of Nigeria, we've not been able to maximize his potential. But I'll be honest with you. In terms of technical abilities, one of the best from the African continent right now. He started the season 2 games drought, but now 4 goals and 1 assist so far. And taking off Patrick Schick as a regular in the Bayer Leverkusen starting lineup, that's to tell you that Victor Boniface will be in the conversation. Barring injury, will be in the conversation for years to come. All right, moving on now. England reactions, of course, continue to trail the appointment of Thomas Tuchel as England manager. Tuchel's appointment will come into effect from January 1st, 2025, when he takes reins of the English national team.